Hi, honeys. Hello. Welcome to your first pick a card reading of September. Today we are diving in and seeing what is the universe preparing you for. I know that you guys feel the shifts. Eclipse season is about to mosey its way on in. We're just leaving Mercury and Mercury in fucking retrograde, microbraids, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So yeah, there's change in the air. And with that said, us feeling shifts, I feel like this is the perfect reading to see, like, okay, spirit, what's going on? I feel like when we know what when we know what we are preparing for, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier for us to surrender to the change, no matter what that looks like. So I'm setting the intention that after you listening and receiving the medicine and the wisdom from these pick a card readings, you just have more clarity and like a sense of comfort of what's next, what you're working for, what spirit is preparing you for. So without further ado, let's get into it. I don't want to take up too much of y'all times. I already pulled the cards for each. I already pulled the main cards for each of the piles. However, I will be using my own Oracle deck, Hot Honey Oracle. Oop, see, it already wants to talk. She's a chatterbox, y'all. She real thick and she a chatterbox. So it's for me for right now, but I definitely plan to offer it for you guys in the future soon. As soon as my spirits give me the green light. So the only way that you can actually connect with this is if you either watch this video or book a live reading or a speed read with me. Then you'll get some more context. But the dope thing about this deck is it's 144 cards, so every deck is intentional. You will know when the messages come out. You will know it's very, very loud. I'm gonna put her here in her little vessel until it's time. But for now, let's start off with these first few piles. So let's get into it. We have pile number 1. This is a juicy ocean jasper. The sun is out, but I don't think you guys can really get a glimpse of how beautiful she is. I had this in my living room for a while. I took it out, but ocean jasper is connected to like joy and grounding. And I just love the colors on this. Like, it's so beautiful. So we have that. And then we have this very luminous, almost like glowy black moonstone. We know about rainbow moonstone, which is what I'm wearing on this hand, but black moonstone is a thing too. Black moonstone has a way of like bringing up emotions, bringing up things that are hidden. So I'm interested to see what's going on with those who are gonna choose that one. And the second one, y'all, tell me why I can't remember the name of this crystal. It's killing me. I was literally on YouTube, not even on YouTube, I was on ChatGPT. I was on Google trying to figure out what the name of this crystal is. I can't remember. I really cannot. But if this is your vibe, then this is for you. She's also a beauty. She has like this quartz over here, which I love too. It's like these different shades of blue. On the front, you have like a lighter blue vibe, and on the back, it's like you have all the shades of blue and grays. This almost looks like a little face, like a polar bear. Oh my gosh, do you guys see a polar bear? I see eyes, I see nose and paws. Let me know if y'all see that. Do we see a polar bear or no? Okay. So no more lollygagging. By this time, you should already know what decks you want to pick or what piles you want to pick. There could be a little bit of something in there for you. You know what? I was going to do 1, 2, 3 like in order, but when I tell you that pile number 3, Spirit's got some shit to say to y'all. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like let's just cut to the chase, because I pulled more cards for y'all than anyone. I haven't looked at the cards, but I want to see what's going on. So first, we're going to start with pile number 3. So if you chose pile number 3, this reading is for you. So first, let us say an opening prayer. Spirit, I pray that you use me as a vessel to tune into the energy of my honeys who are watching me, to deliver wisdom, messages, guidance that best support them in this time. Universe, what messages, what guidance do you have for pile number 1, 2, and 3? Regardless of when they are seeing this, I pray that these messages are very clear. I call down divine protection over us to ensure that we are not allowing any lower vibrational energies or frequencies to interfere with these messages. I call upon my Ori to guide me and use me as a vessel. And I also call on my Madamas and my elevated and honorable ancestors to guide me through these readings, protect me as I channel these messages. Spirit, universe, what are you preparing us for? Let us know, let us know. Ashe. So starting with pile number 1, let's see. I'm gonna put this somewhere too. Okay. So pile number 1, these are your cards. First, we have stay positive with apophyllite. So we know what your attitude, what we want your attitude to be at this time. Ooh, we have 8 of arms. So also something that I meant to say is like, and these messages will not only be what the universe is preparing you for, but it also will incorporate some conjure messages as to if you're interested in doing any type of spiritual work for yourself, what type of spiritual work, healing work you could benefit during this time, especially during it being eclipse season. So we have 8 of arms here, which is like 8 of swords. We have the woods. I'm going to put these over to the side. And then we have, cousin of lights. Solitude. Study. I'm already getting some messages. And then for here we have prophecy, empty work. Mediumship. Crow spirit, which says you cannot ignore your calling. Conflict, which says trouble in paradise. Crossroads, where all spirits meet. Okay, I'm not even gonna pull out my deck, y'all. Spirit's trying to put y'all up on game. That is what I am seeing here. I want to lay it out because I feel like Spirit has already given me the picture. I'm getting the picture. All right, y'all. For those who chose pile number 3, there is a spiritual purpose. I wouldn't even say a spiritual purpose. There are spiritual gifts right now that are being activated. I'm hearing that are being renewed. Some of you guys already have those gifts, and now it's about taking it to the next level. And I'm going to just cut to the chase. A lot of these gifts are spiritual gifts. I see a lot of mediums in here. People who have the ability to converse, connect, communicate with spirits, ancestors, guides on the other side. Do you have that ability? Also, the ability to prophesize. Like, heavy on, I feel like this is a spiritual pile, and you may not even know that you are the spiritual pile. Some of you guys are aware because you're already in it, and some of you guys are just need this message from Spirit. Like, yes, bitch, you're psychic. Yes, you have spiritual gifts. Yes, you're hella intuitive. And what I see here is that pile number 3, many of you are at a crossroads period where it's time to make some sort of change, time to make some sort of pivotal decision, because things haven't been really happening for you lately. I feel like you may feel right now that you're working towards certain things, and the things that you are working towards are, you're not really seeing it benefit your life in any way. You're not seeing it make any sort of improvement. Even certain rituals that you do, you feel like you're hitting a brick wall. You're not really seeing you're not really seeing the blessings come through or the energy shift. And that's because the crow spirit is coming through. Some of you guys might actually have a connection to crows, been seeing crows, or just blackbirds in general, if you're not sure specifically if it's a crow. But the reason why this is coming through is because they're saying you have a calling and you keep ignoring it. That's why it feels like you're met with resistance with everything that you do. I feel like pile number 3, a lot of you guys feel that you are doing things the right way. I feel like some of you guys have been, I feel like you guys have been making efforts to try different things, but it just doesn't seem to be working. It feels like all of the work that you're putting in is just in vain. You're not seeing it benefit your life or change your life in any way. And this is because you've been ignoring your spiritual gifts. Pile number 3, a lot of y'all have the gift of prophecy, the gift of mediumship. Like I said, being able to communicate with the other realm, the spiritual realm. Spirit is trying to prepare you and tell you that you have these gifts and you've reached the point where you can no longer ignore these gifts. You can no longer ignore these gifts. And also, if you continue to ignore these gifts, you will continue to see resistance. You will continue to be met with resistance. You will continue to be in this space of fear, negativity. They also say ignoring these gifts is a form of self-sabotage. So they want you to stop self-sabotaging. Just because you have spiritual gifts doesn't mean that all of a sudden you need to start going on TikTok and going live and doing readings and shit. Sometimes those gifts are just something that you are supposed to harness because it's just a part of your destiny. You may not be destined to be a spiritual healer or anything like that. Maybe you're supposed to be incorporating or you're using your spiritual gifts in whatever industry that you're in. Spirit says that you are entering a time, they're preparing moments of solitude for you. This is a time for you to really be studying and learning more about certain gifts that you have, being able to define it, learning about the clairs. Am I clairaudient? Am I clairvoyant? Am I claircognizant? Like, what are these gifts? So I see some of you guys needing to do your Googles. Maybe Spirit is pointing you or directing you to certain books, certain texts, things that they want you to read, so that you can learn more about these gifts. It could even be things that you watch on TV, just fictionally, and you're like, wait, their powers seem similar to my powers. So those are also going to be some certain confirmations in here. Excuse me, what I'm also seeing too is like a lot of these gifts are a part of your history. I feel like a lot of these gifts are a part of your history. So back to this prophecy, y'all. Spirit is preparing you for these gifts. You're supposed to be using them right now. Okay? Pile number 3, Spirit is preparing you for a psychic activation, okay? A spiritual activation, recognizing new spiritual gifts, no longer ignoring your gifts and actually leaning into them. If you were clairaudient and at some point you decided to not listen, Spirit wants you to start listening, okay? Because they're already telling you, they're giving you the prophecy that this is a part of your calling. So if you do not follow this calling, if you continue to ignore these gifts, ignore these spiritual gifts, ignore these intuitive gifts, that whatever spiritual work that you try to do or whatever work that you try to do, it's going to seem ineffective. It's not really going to go anywhere, or you're going to be met with certain conflict or issues. There's just some things that are part of your destiny that you can't ignore. And for you, it's these gifts, y'all. It's these gifts. All right. So Spirit, what are you preparing pile number 3 for? Yeah. Right-handed conjure conflict. Interesting. Romance in reverse. Some of you are, the first thing that is going to be impacted if you're not using your gifts, following your gifts, trusting your intuition, is your romantic life. I feel like that's going to be the first thing that's going to take a hit here. And also, some of you guys need to be using these gifts in relation to your romantic life, in relation to your dating life, because it can actually save you some trouble. Being able to just listen to your intuition, listening to your inner guidance, that's going to help you determine who is the energetic match and who is your spirit vibing with and who is your spirit not vibing with. So some of you guys might need to hear this message because you're at a crossroads in a certain relationship and you're trying to figure out, like, is this the person? Ask yourself, ask your higher self, consult your guides, consult your spirits. They will tell you what it is. Okay? I also see that some of you guys try to do certain prosperity workings, trying to do certain road opening workings, prosperity workings, blessings, things like that. You got to make sure that you're doing your protection work. I feel like one of the things that pile number 3 you guys could benefit from right now is like a fiery wall of protection, uncrossing that kind of work, working with chili powder, chili peppers, like just fiery kind of energy for protection. And also even cleansing, clearing away some of these conflicts too, especially if you are going to start embracing some of these gifts. Also too, it's important to remember that once you start tapping in and opening that door to communicate with the spiritual realm, there's a certain protocol, y'all. You got to make sure that you're putting your walls up, you're putting you're putting the veil up, not putting the veil up, but like putting your protections up to ensure that you're not just inviting any old spirit. You know, making sure that you're wearing your protection oil or you have your protection candles lit or whatever prayers that you have to ensure that you are only connecting and communicating with high vibrational spirits and elevated and honorable ancestors. Because opening up that door to the wrong spirit, okay, the crossroads are showing with prophecy and mediumship. The crossroads is this says where all spirits meet, okay? Some of you also have, there could be a connection or a relationship to crossroads spirits. Spirit might start preparing you, if you're already in your spiritual path, spirit might be preparing you to work with certain crossroads spirits. That would look like the man at the crossroads, Eshu, Elegua, those spirits. I see. Spirit also says that there is a desire for some of you guys to want to do spiritual work, or you've been doing ritual work, and the reason why it's not working is because like your own doubt for the magic. There's no point in doing the work if you're not believing in the work, okay? So that could also be why, if you recently done some spiritual work, some sort of right-handed conjure, and it could either be causing you some sort of conflict, or you just don't see it happening right now. You don't see how it's influencing or impacting your life or bringing in positive change. And it's because you are not in the right mindset. So also, before you start opening that door to connect and communicate with other spirits, before you start opening that door to do spiritual work, making sure that you are in the right mindset. I see a lot of fear too, around mediumship, a lot of fear around the woo-woo and just spiritual shit in general. I feel like you're open to it when it comes to receiving messages from the other side, from like a vessel like me, or watching other readers and things like that. I feel like you're into that. But when it comes to you doing this work for yourself, there's a lot of fear around it. So working on that fear, the universe is trying to help you work through some of that fear and embrace and recognize that, you know, we have the spiritual realm and we have the physical realm. As above, so below. That could be a saying that you're going to start seeing or hearing around. So like what you do in this lifetime, what you do in this realm, in the physical realm, also impacts the spiritual. So you're also going to start recognizing that correlation, or spirit is going to start pushing you to recognize that correlation, because it's like you can't ignore the spiritual world. You can't ignore your calling, okay? All right, what else is Spirit preparing pile number 3, 4. Glamour magic is in reverse. Interesting. And that's falling on top of you can no longer ignore your calling. Some of you guys might be trying to like, okay. The message that I'm getting to is like when it comes to your calling and when it comes to this magic work and this spiritual work, it is not all going to be pretty. Not everything is all about the aesthetics and shit like that. So they're also letting you know that too, like this work is not always going to be pretty. They're acknowledging that. I also see that some of you guys have a gift of glamour magic, the gift of glamour magic enchantment, having magnetic energy, the ability to charm, the ability to use your beauty to work in your favor. So that's one of your gifts. That is a part of your calling, but I feel like it's not going to be until you answer this calling that this gift is going to come through, the ability to work with and use glamour magic. So I also feel like some of you guys that chose pile number 3, there's also a connection to like beauty and aesthetics as well. I'm getting like Venusian energy. You have divine intervention in health and wellness. Can you elaborate on this message? Because I'm getting a few things. Of course, it's a general reading, so the messages are going to be different. So I'll share the first thing that I'm getting. I'm also seeing too that if you continue to ignore your calling, then it can also impact your own physical health, your physical health and wellness as well. So you might start to get certain ailments or aches or pains, things in your body, things that you didn't used to feel or didn't even recognize. I feel like that could also be a sign that you are not ignoring your calling or on your right path. Also, a reminder too that if there's certain spiritual work that you're not putting in the right protection barriers and things like that, it could also impact your own health and wellness too. So I feel like for y'all, Spirit is also preparing you to learn how to go about effective protection work, protecting yourself as well, learning how to work with certain herbs, plants, roots, and things like that for your protection. I also see a connection here to nature spirits. Some of you guys might have a connection to nature spirits, or when you are out in nature is when your spiritual gifts might be more activated. But I see some sort of divine intervention here too. So I even feel like some of you guys are going to be pulled. Part of your calling is the spiritual shit for your own health. I feel like there also could be a situation in which your gifts can support someone in a matter of like life and death situations. Just being able to tap in and connect with spirit. I don't know if you guys heard, but there's a dog barking. So it's like being able to deliver that message can instantly provide some sort of relief. Divine intervention. Give me a second. I feel like there's one more message here with divine intervention. I also see too is if you continue to ignore this calling, Spirit is going to interfere and force you basically to embrace these gifts, okay? Because there's certain things that are just a part of our destiny, certain things that we're supposed to be doing, energies that we're supposed to be embodying, gifts that we are supposed to be using. So it's like if you are not using those gifts, if you are going to continue to ignore the calling, and literally there's a calling. I feel like some of you guys are going to have had experiences with your ears ringing or sensations like getting swimmer's ears and things like that. So Spirit is going to make sure that you fucking listen. Okay? Spirit is going to make sure. Any other final messages, Spirit, that you have for pile number 3 regarding what the universe is preparing them for? Oh, okay. Network. So Spirit also speaks about you being connected to other people as well. They could be spiritualists, they could be mediums, prophets, things like that, spiritual workers that you're connected to. This could also, if you're fearful, if you're unsure about how to go through certain things, how to open up into a ritual, how to work with certain herbs and plants, how to open up so that you're able to connect with other spirits, then utilize your network, they say. Final thing is full circle. There's also certain things that you have started that your ancestors want you to pick back up. That could also be the reason why it seems like whatever you're working on as a kind of alternative, that could also be why that situation is not working, because there's something that you were supposed to be completing. So universe is preparing you to complete something. And even with this saying full circle, we have the number 8 here, okay? Turn the 8 around, guess what? You have the infinity sign. Everything is connected. So Spirit is preparing you to realize how everything is connected. There's going to be some full circle moments here too that they are trying to prepare you for, things that they want you to bring into fruition, cycles that are closing out and things of that sort. So right now they want you to really be in that solitude space, spending more time reading, studying, learning more about this gift, learning more about purpose in general, spirituality in general, rituals, spiritual work, and things like that, because a lot of y'all are destined to be diviners, healers, spirit workers. And if it's not in that specific industry, you still have these gifts that you were supposed to be using. So Spirit wants you to take heed, okay? So thank you, Spirit. Thank you to all the guys who came through and showed up on behalf of pile number 3. I ask that you cleanse and clear this energy, whichever spirits and guides came through on behalf of pile number 3. Your energy is no longer needed here. If you guys want to dive deeper, you guys can book a reading. Mwah. Love you. Okay, let's cleanse. Let's cleanse. And we're gonna get ready. I did pile number 3 first, so yeah, let's just go down. We'll do pile number 2. Okay. All right. For those who have chosen pile number 2 or this black moonstone, this reading is for you, honey. Not only do we have messages from Spirit to see what is the universe preparing you for, however, we also got some messages as to like what type of spiritual work you could be benefiting from at this time. What sort of healing work could you be benefiting from at this time? So let's see your cards. All right, let's start with the crystal card. Ooh, golden healer quartz. Open the door. I already see that this eclipse season, or just right now, is a very healing period for you right now. I feel like there could be some changes to your energy, changes to your energy, your vibration, your aura, and things like that. You could be, with healing comes lessons. So this could just be the last couple of months. I'm hearing like the last 3 months, or you could have had just a very transitional summer, learning a lot of information, doing some shadow work, doing some healing work, doing some spiritual work. And this is because it's going to open up your energy to a new vibration, making new opportunities, blessings accessible to you. So I feel like there's some doors opening for you. Or Spirit is telling you to open the door. For our spiritual work cards, oh my gosh, yes, we have the 5 of Roots and the 10 of Roots. So some of this healing could be in relationship to feelings of lack, financial trauma, traumas of not feeling supported growing up, not feeling held, not feeling like you have a safe space, not feeling like you have someone to lean on, feeling like maybe you're the only person that you can lean on, but I know that you have your ancestors. So I also see that Spirit is preparing you to open up a new line of communication so that your ancestors can be present for you, pile number 2. Ooh, I feel that. So there's a spiritual connection here, an ancestral presence here that wants to let you know that you are not alone. We see you, we hear you, we feel you, we hear your prayers. You will not go without. You will not go without. That's what I'm hearing them tell you. You will not go without. Not only will you not go without, continue to work with your ancestors and open that door, and everything will be accessible to you. Okay? All right, what else do we have? The big picture. I'm telling you, there's a new vision here. There's a wider vision here. Seeing things from a higher perspective. Oh my gosh, in your bag. Oof, oof. So back to that financial trauma here. Some of us are getting to the bag, getting to the money. I see some growth here as well because you have 32 and 33. So you're taking a step up, some sort of step up. All right. This says warriors, protection for home and family. Okay. We have, soul contracts. Look over all agreements carefully. Wow. And marketplace. Going to find opportunities. Y'all, these messages are so fucking loud. I love it. Okay, pile number 2. Like, I have some really good news for you. Right now, the universe is preparing you to build a closer relationship to your elevated, honorable ancestors, but specifically your warrior spirits. A lot of protection over you because there's a lot of growth here. Your ancestors and spirit guides are preparing you for a new contract. So you actually might be signing a contract soon, getting some sort of deal, something that is definitely going to increase your wealth, increase your access to money. If it's not money itself, you're going to start being in alignment with people who have money, and that's going to also show you that you are raising your vibration. Some of you guys are really used to not being surrounded by people that have, and when you are surrounded in that like poverty environment, or you came from that environment, it's very hard to dream because you need money for every fucking thing. So it's like lack of resources, lack of accessibility to certain resources makes it difficult to dream. But I see that you guys are aligning with money, you are aligning with wealth, you're aligning with opportunities that are going to help you get in your bag and create your own wealth. I'm not just seeing money, I'm not just seeing like a little bit of money here and there. This is like an abundance of money, like the money tree. They say a money tree doesn't exist, but we see it right the fuck here. So when we see trees, we think about wealth, we think about legacy, we think about money that can last for generations. So a lot of you guys, Spirit is preparing you to build a legacy of wealth and abundance and financial prosperity. There's certain things that are going to help you get there. For starters, there's going to be some sort of contract here. Let's start here. Spirit, what is this contract that pile number 2 is going to be in? What is this contract? Can you tell us more about this contract? Ooh, mirror. Okay. Beauty. Okay. I see for you, pile number 2, there's definitely a connection to beauty and aesthetics. This could be a contract. This could be like an influencer contract, a beauty brand, a beauty campaign, something that involves, it's interesting. There's something about your beauty here. Some of you guys are exceptionally beautiful, pile number 2. That's also going to open doors for you and provide opportunities for you too. make sure that you use your beauty to your advantage too. I feel like your beauty is going to open doors for you. I also feel like you are someone who makes people feel seen. You make people feel seen. People see you, but when they look at you, they see themselves. So there's this relatable energy here that I'm sensing. There's something relatable about you that people see. You could be like the most beautiful person in the world, but like I just feel like you're still down to earth. People still resonate with you. People still get your vibe, okay? So I definitely see some sort of contract here. I'm definitely seeing a beauty contract too. I also see that right now, Spirit might be making some changes to your physical appearance. Maybe you want to switch up your style, explore different like makeup vibes, play around a little bit more with your beauty aesthetics, maybe do some cosmetic things. I feel like some of you guys, Spirit is like, you're changing around your look, something about your look. And you changing that look, making adjustments to your look, making enhancements to your look is also going to position you in a space of where opportunities can flow and come to you. It could also be just because it's going to make you feel better about yourself. Also, this contract could be something that you have created. I see marketplace here. So a lot of you guys, pile number 2 is like Spirit is preparing you to create something and commit to what Spirit is telling you to create, saying, okay, I'm finally going to go for this thing. I'm finally going to execute this project. I'm finally going to start this business. I'm finally going to sell this thing. I'm finally going to put myself out there. Whatever this thing is, once your spirit has made that commitment, there's going to be opportunities that flow in, and Spirit wants you to bring it to the marketplace. If you've committed to doing the thing, you need to make sure that you see it through. So Spirit also says, whatever contracts that you have, whatever contracts you have made, make sure that you are seeing it through right now. Spirit is preparing you to tie up loose ends, because there's also a lot of money here too. So if you've left certain projects like to the wayside, let's bring it to the world. Let's bring it to the marketplace, because this is going to help you get in your bag. This is going to create some money that can help finance your future. I see some of you guys, Spirit is going to be preparing you for a home. There's going to be some changes to your finances and your money so that you can get a new house, build a new house, change your home situation. I see that here. I also see that Spirit speaks about you building and connecting with your warrior spirits, your warrior ancestors, or your protection ancestors. So if you're feeling the calling of needing to do extra protection work, do that. Stay on top of your protection work. You are already protected, by the way, but stay on top of your protection work too, because you have some blessings. You have some blessings that are coming in, some money that's coming in. So Spirit is preparing you to get in your bag. A lot of you guys there's a big picture that you have, a big vision or a big goal that you have. So they're preparing you to make that commitment. And just by you making that choice is going to open completely new doors. But I definitely see you guys selling something, buying something, even preparing to, like, I feel like some of you guys, Spirit is going to be preparing you to get your money situated so that you can buy a home. I see that here. You might even be on the lookout already, going on Zillow, looking for homes, looking for properties, trying to see, okay, if I want to do X, Y, and Z, if I want to move X, Y, and Z, what type of money, how much money do I need? What's accessible to me? Do I need to get loans? Like, just really doing your research to see what it is that you need so that you can start taking those steps forward. Okay? I love this energy. So what else, Spirit? What is the universe preparing pile number 2 for at this time? What is the universe preparing pile number 2 for at this time, Spirit? What just fell on in your bag? Excuse me. I swear I just said something about shifting your vibration, shift your energy. So you have a lot of blessings that are coming through, a lot of planning for the future. I feel like Spirit is preparing you to plan for the future growth, future expansion. If you already have businesses, Spirit is preparing you to scale up, level up. Maybe there's new things that you want to add to the equation, new services, things that you want to add to your business that will help you get to this goal. But the most important thing is your energy here, pile number 2. A lot of you guys have financial trauma. Like I said, you've had financial trauma, or you just don't come from humble beginnings. So it's very hard for you to envision what you want because you haven't quite seen it yet. But you can go on Pinterest and fucking see and kind of get a glimpse. So I even see like some of y'all, you're going to start creating like house mood boards and things like that, vision boards, Pinterest boards, and things like that. That's going to help you stay in this vibration so that your dreams, your goals, your desires feel more accessible to you. This is golden healer quartz, but some of you guys might be connecting with just golden energy, having a golden aura. If you've gotten like an aura reading before, something having to do with like golden. I also see some of you guys actually might be healers too, whether you're someone who intentionally heals or just you just have very warm and healing energy. That could be showing up too. Anything else, Spirit, that you... Ooh. See, liberation is in reverse next to in your bag. So Spirit wants you guys to free yourself from financial trauma and certain beliefs that are impacting your finances at this time. So I feel like you need to be freed from certain limiting thoughts or beliefs around money, healing your relationship with money, having the freedom. I feel like Spirit is preparing you. A lot of you guys have felt stuck financially, feeling like you've been in the same financial situation. I'm doing something, Izzy. You have to ask a question?
Yeah.
What's up? Please be quick.
Our neighbors just start work. I finished working.
Okay. What is the question?
That's the question.
Izzy, let me finish going back to work. Please close the doors, okay? Love you. I'll be finished soon.
Okay.
Please close the door. Thank you. All the way. Yo, toddlers. So I feel like, yeah, you guys are going to be freed. A lot of you guys, pile number 2, have really been in like, just been feeling financially stuck, feeling like you're not making progress, not really making money, but not seeing your money. Maybe you're at a certain job where you feel like you're not getting paid what you are owed. Your ancestors are preparing you to break those chains as well. And with that said, there might even be, this is a time for you to observe certain contracts. If it's time for you to observe your work contract, or what do you call that? Maybe it's time for like your yearly review or quarterly review or something like that. You might decide that, hey, this is all the shit that I'm doing. Is this really worth my time and energy? Or can I be doing something else? So this eclipse season is also going to pose some questions for you to decide if the contracts that you have made are they null and void. And I feel like some of you guys are going to be freeing yourself. And even if it requires you taking a financial hit for you to make more money later, I feel like you guys are going to choose that path anyway. So any other final messages, Spirit, for pile number 2? What are you preparing pile number 2 for? Okay, final messages. I definitely see earth signs here for pile number 2. Earth signs coming through with warriors. So some of you guys might have warrior spirits, ancestors who are protecting you, protecting your home and your family, who are earth signs. So that would be Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. If that's the case, they just want to say hey. So I hope that you guys receive these messages with love. I hope that it hits. You guys have really, really great things coming. Just make sure that you are able to feel it and connect with the energy before you see it. That's when the manifestations will happen at a more rapid pace. So I hope that you receive these messages. If you want to dive deeper, book a reading with your girl. Until then, thank you so much. Thank you to the spirits and guides who showed up for pound number 2. Your energy is no longer needed here. All right, we are going to cleanse. Okay, honeys, you have chosen pile number 1. Oh, sorry. Okay, do y'all sing or something? Why did that like low-key sound like I was singing? But yeah, pile number 1, you chose this ocean jasper. And let's get to it. Pink ocean jasper. So the first card you have is, okay, Soda Light, speak your truth. That's why it came out like that, because y'all are supposed to be activating your throat chakra. In fact, if you have recently dealt with something having to do with your throat, dealing with like a sore throat, mucus overload, a cold, a little knot in your throat or something like that, this is because your spirits and guides want you to speak up for yourself and activate that throat chakra, honey. All right. What else do we have here? Ooh, we have 4 of lights, and then we have the 5 of arms. I see that there's some blessings and peace that's coming into your life. You guys are going to be hitting certain milestones, welcoming fresh new energy, and there's a need of protection over the things that Spirit is calling into your life. Okay, so what else do we have? Individuality. Okay, has someone recently changed their hair, gone shopping? Spirit is preparing you, new style, daydreaming, which I feel like both of these girls have like very cute, quirky style. For those, if you chose pile number 1, do you guys wear glasses, or you just like eyeglasses, sunglasses? Like, I just feel like y'all love a good sunny. Are you into the sunny vibes? Because I definitely love a good sunny. Deep knowing, okay. Getting very like intuitive vibes here. What else? Scales of life. And the tree of life. The gift that keeps on giving. I feel that pile number 1, one of your sayings is like, life be lifin'. Life be lifin'. I see like life be lifin'. Like it just be doing what it does, okay? We're just surviving. We're just out here trying to make shit happen. Like, this is how I feel like you talk, like, life be lifin'. I don't know. I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm just trying to keep my energy. So right now, Spirit is trying to keep your energy balanced, preparing you to be balanced. All right. I see that a lot of you guys have been blessed with a gift. This gift could be a business, a money-making idea, a spiritual gift, a really brilliant idea or project, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There's some sort of gift here that Spirit has blessed you with that has the power of multiplying its blessings. Whatever this gift is has the power to touch and impact other people. So I feel like Spirit is preparing you for a blessing that is not only going to be impacting you, but also having the power to impact the people that you love, the people that you are around, your family, friends, and things like that. I also see that some of you guys are like just very community oriented too. And if that is the case, there is this need for you to kind of be in your own bag. You know what I mean? focusing on you, maintaining that balance of, you know, I love to be there for other people. I love to show up for other people, but I also have to make sure that I'm showing up for myself. So Spirit might be pushing you to do more things that are just for you. Doing more things that are just for you, whether that's like you getting new hobbies, introducing yourself to new hobbies, new manifestation practices, creating new like vision boards and things for yourself. I also see some of you guys are just highly intuitive, listening to the signs. Spirit is giving you certain signs. You're getting certain signs out in nature, seeing butterflies. There could be a connection to butterflies. I also see something about a ring, jewelry. Jewelry could be important to you. Okay, y'all, I'm literally channeling right now. Butterfly, I'm seeing butterfly, I'm seeing jewelry, I'm seeing something with natural hair, I'm seeing wigs. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot with y'all, pile number one. I feel like you guys are just like figuring it out, figuring your style, like figuring out who is this person that I want to show up as. So there's this need for authenticity. Spirit is preparing you to like be someone who isn't afraid to speak up, someone who isn't afraid to advocate for yourself and advocate for others, someone who isn't afraid to address things not after the fact, but when that shit happens, not taking too much long to think about how you're going to address it, who you need to address it to, how they're going to receive it. It's like, no, I feel this, I sense this, and I'm gonna say what I have to say, because I feel like a lot of you guys have those experiences where you have situations where you have a little guilt, even where you feel like you really should have spoke up for a situation, you should have spoke up for yourself, or it's like, damn, I should have said that, like just daydreaming. Like, damn, I should have said that. Or you're someone too who has those situations where you're sitting at home and you're creating all these scenarios of like, if someone said X, Y, and Z to me, or someone did X, Y, and Z to me, like this is what I would say, this is what I would do. But then in the opportunities where Spirit gives you for you to stand on that and to say what you had to say, it's like you don't really go, you kind of go mute. Or you try to take a very like neutral position, right? Trying to see both sides, which is cool. But it's like, sometimes people be wrong and they need accountability, you know? So I think some of you guys are trying to navigate that balance, navigate that balance. With that said, with this gift that you guys have, with this tree of life, the gift can only keep giving if you decide to give. So there's certain gifts that you have, certain offerings that you have, that some of you guys are learning how to not just like hoard these ideas, hoard these gifts, hoard these projects, but part of receiving the blessings from that thing is putting it out into the world. So trying to find that balance of like what to hold for you, what to preserve to you, and what to share with the world, what to give to the world, to get things flowing, to increase abundance, to increase your own prosperity. So I see that here. Before I start pulling other cards, let me see if there's anything else that I'm picking up on. I'm definitely seeing a connection to nature, spirits. You're someone who is connected to nature. You probably have a lot of plants, trees, or you have like a garden. You like to go outside barefoot. You like to ground yourself outdoors too. That's also something that can keep you balanced too. If you just feel like going outside, taking your shoes off, walking the land. I see a connection there too. I'm getting a message about baggage, but I'm trying to finish this, trying to comprehend what exactly they're telling me about baggage. Because Speak Your Truth is here, I feel like you're a really good listener. I feel like you're someone who is highly intuitive too. And people feel like you be knowing, especially with deep knowing, people feel like you be knowing. So you might be the person that people call to just like get a different perspective, or just like gauge to see how you feel. And I feel like when you have those situations, you need to be able to like give an objective opinion or objective thoughts. And like once you share that, once you speak your truth, once you say how you feel, it's like you got to learn how to release it and not hold on to it. Because I feel like some of you guys hold on to certain energies, take on other people's issues, take on other people's baggage. So Spirit is trying to prepare you to kind of just live your own life, do your own thing, okay? March to the beat of your own drum, do what you want to do, okay? Whatever it is that is on your wish list, whatever it is that you want to do or pursue, it's like Spirit is preparing you to just do it, and not being influenced by anyone. The Four of Lights, which is like the Four of Wands, I feel like there's some blessings coming in. I feel like there's some celebratory moments. I also see you might be called to like purchase some incense or sacred smoke, like even buying candles to just uplift the vibration of your home, buying flowers, flower arrangements and things like that. But I definitely see sacred smoke, sacred incense, just keeping your home cleansed, purified, keeping the vibration high. Psalms 23 vibes is what I'm sensing. And also, again, making sure that you're staying protected, okay? Making sure that you're staying on top of your spiritual protection. Protecting yourself, protecting, I feel like protecting yourself from other people's opinions. Pile number one, I feel like a lot of you guys care about other people. I feel like you care about, I want to say you need validation, but maybe that could be something that resonates with you. Needing that second opinion. If you are someone who needs that second opinion from someone, Spirit is trying to prepare you to learn how to trust your own gut, learning how to trust your own intuition, forming your own individual opinion, even if that means that it differs from everyone else. And also like finding your voice in not being afraid to defend your position too. That doesn't mean that you have to be combative. It just means that you're advocating for yourself. So I feel like Spirit is preparing you, teaching you how to kind of like, some of y'all, it's kind of given like Atlanta Housewives when Cynthia came into the group and the girls were trying to teach her how to read. Like, okay, some of y'all need to learn how to read down, honey. Like, keep some shit in the tank, okay? Because I feel like some of y'all have those moments where you just go home and you're like, damn, I really should have said that. And it's like being a little bit sharper with your tongue. I feel like some of y'all learning to be a little sharper with your tongue and being okay with it. As soon as you say what you gotta say, put on your black sunglasses and go about your merry day. Or your white sunnies or whatever sunnies you have, your hater blockers, and go on about your day. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, universe. What are you preparing pile number one for, Spirit? What are you preparing pile number one for? I'm telling you, listen, I feel like a lot of you guys are like you're the listeners of the group, but also learning how to listen to your own intuition. Like, y'all be knowing shit and then you go to someone for a second opinion. So it's like, no, learning how to listen. And then on top of that, you get signs. Some of y'all have been seeing 222 and 333. I see it here, 3 and 22, specifically 222. So you're like, oh, Spirit, guides, universe, angel numbers, confirmations. It's like, bitch, you're getting I say bitch with love. Like, honey, you're getting the confirmations. You got the confirmations. Listen, Spirit's trying to put you on game. Okay. So Spirit is preparing you to listen to your inner voice, your inner knowing. What else are you preparing pile number one for, Spirit? What else are you preparing pile number one for? New moon. So this is new beginnings. I feel like around the time of the new moon, There might be some specific breakthroughs, new things happening, new milestones, Four of Wands, celebratory moments, new growth even around the new moon. When is the new moon? Hold on, let me give you guys a correct date. Go to my calendar. Okay, we have a North Node eclipse on the 18th. Okay, maybe. And then a South Node eclipse on October 2nd. So between September 18th, eclipse season basically, between September 18th and October 2nd, there might be a message for a new beginning, a new opportunity showing up, revealing itself. I also feel like too, some of you guys, those who do have cycles, your cycles might be changing too. So just be aware. It could either come a little later or earlier. So that's just something to keep in mind. If that happens, I feel like Spirit is telling you not to freak out. Your energy is just shifting, changing. What else, Spirit, are you preparing pile number 1 for? What are you preparing pile number 1 for? Ooh, okay, wait. Too many. Pile number 1. Venus, okay. Spirit is preparing you for love. I see love here. This is not just romantic love, familial love, love of your environment, new hobbies, things that you love, loving yourself. See, Venusian energy I'm seeing here, y'all. So Spirit is definitely preparing you for a new look, a new aesthetic. Some of you guys might be changing or switching up your style a little bit, trying to figure out like what's the vibe you want to go for this fall, what's going to be your fall hairstyle, how do you want to get your nails done. Also, we have Venus in Libra happening, I believe, on like the 25th. Venus enters Libra, where it's like that's home. So Venus in Libra could also be influencing you as well, changing, making adjustments to your romantic life. The more that I also see too is like this is a time too where if things don't feel authentic, specifically organic, Spirit says organic, if things don't come naturally to you, if a relationship doesn't come naturally to you, if you don't feel that spark, you don't feel that connection, you know it's not for you. Same thing to like adjustments that you make. Like you're gonna know once you get your nails done, or you're gonna know once you see a color, like yes, this is the color that fits my vibe. This is the color that fits my mood. Also, if you look around your home and you feel like, damn, this doesn't really represent me, this could also be making some adjustments to your home too. Wanting to like switch things around, get new things for your home, to decorate your home as well. What else, Spirit, are you preparing pile number 1 for? Pluto energy. Ooh, and career. Okay, I definitely see some career changes. I see some luck with your career too, though. Some career changes. Give me 1 second. I need to confirm something. Okay, a few messages that I'm getting. Pluto energy in astrology represents like death, transformations, sudden adjustments, spiritual awakenings. So I feel like Spirit is preparing you for a major career change too. So if you are not in alignment, if you feel like you don't vibe with what you're doing, you don't vibe with your work, it doesn't resonate with you, if there's another dream job, dream career that you have been thinking about, I even feel like for some of you guys, this is Venus. So this is fashion, beauty, art, aesthetics, music, things like that. I feel like you guys are going to be pushed to make some adjustments. It's like Spirit is saying it's a new day, okay? A new day. So I definitely see some career pivots. I see pivots in your relationships, friendships, romantic connections. So there's going to be a lot of changes here. But I also see too, like there being like a style revamp, rebrand. I see some of you guys, pile number one, Spirit is preparing you for some sort of rebrand here. Oh, literally fame. Okay, pile number one, a lot of you guys are, the reason why all this Venusian energy is coming in is like you guys might be preparing, Spirit might be preparing you to have access to people who are famous, celebrities. You might be a celebrity who is leveling up in their career. You just might be gaining more notoriety. I said 222. Now we have 333 confirmation. Well, 33, that's a confirmation. So I definitely see like a lot of you, even with fame here too, like some of you guys are going to be famous for your personal style, for your beauty. So some of you guys might be going viral, creating content just by how you look. Right now it's fashion week. So if you are a fashion girly like me, there could be some street style photos that come through and bring more notoriety and visibility to you. You might be also someone who is supposed to be known for their aesthetic or their personal style. I just feel like the fashion dolls are here. So that's something too. I also feel like if there's some certain things that you wanted to buy, dream items, wish list items and things like that, there's also going to be ability to have that. Spirit speaks about pile number one, like Spirit is putting you in the position for you to shine your light. I feel like a lot of you, pile number one, are supposed to be being visible, and Spirit is preparing you for that, preparing you to be more visible, have more eyes on you. And again, that comes with the need of protection, making sure that your protection is on point. And look, liberation. So whatever restrictions that you have, whatever fears that you have, I feel like Spirit is freeing you from those things, freeing you from responsibilities, goals, jobs that don't feel like you, that feel like more of a burden to you than a blessing. So Spirit is removing something, taking away some of that dead weight. Let them liberate you, let them free you. All right, anything else, Spirit, that you're preparing pile number one for? Anything else? Okay. Definitely money flows. So there's going to be a flow with your money, especially if you've been having situations where it's like money comes in and then it kind of takes a halt or shit pops up where it's like you're not seeing your money, you're not able to save. It's like there's going to be a consistent flow with your finances. Spirit also, network and support coming through. So some of you guys might be, I see that you have famous people in your network, and that could somehow be benefiting you, putting you in the right rooms. Your name might be heard in rooms that you could literally only dream of. You could only dream of. It's like, what? You know about me? So some of you guys that are fashion girlies, content creators, you're in the public eye. I feel like your network is going to be building. I even see, like, say if you are someone who if you're someone who's on YouTube, creates YouTube content and vlogs, you're going to be reaching a certain point where you can now monetize off of your following. So I see some sort of monetization, some sort of fame, but your community is really important right now. So Spirit could also be bringing you certain people into your life, certain people that could support you with your goals, certain people that can bring visibility to you, to your work and what it is that you're doing. So I feel like you guys are going through like a little personal rebrand vibes for real. But definitely like your network is powerful and you have a lot of support around you with what you're doing. I feel like you need to speak your truth and activate your voice and make your opinions and perspectives be heard and just your voice be heard in general, because there's people that want to listen to you. You have a network of people who want to support the things that you have to say. Love this message. Okay, honey, so that is everything that I have for pile number one and all the piles. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope that it resonates with you. I feel like these messages were hitting. The Honey Oracle is just giving me life, just giving me life. And I hope it gave you guys life too. So if this message hit and you want to dive deeper, please come through, book a speed read, book a live read, like just come get your life, honey. So I love you. Until next time, thank you to all the spirits and guides who have showed up for you. I ask that you return to where you came from. I say.